Hello and welcome to another recording from my channel. This is yet another Stowe episode video. Why do I keep hitting that? Episode Cardassian Struggle. Let's have a look. Second wave. Now, this is sort of a long one, and I think I'm gonna just beat the weekly update. Hopefully I can end the video before that. So let's get started on this one.
My name is Commander Messi Achebe, and I was authorized by your High Council to contact you. By now, you've faced the Borg. The Collective is appearing with more frequency in the Alpha Quadrant now, and Defera is facing repeated attacks. We've been able to push them back so far, but we can't do it forever, not without help. Starfleet is organizing a meeting on DS9 to discuss the Borg situation. Representatives from Starfleet, the Cardassians, and the Deferi will be present. Your Chancellor is sending a representative as well. We want you to be there to represent the Klingon forces fighting the Collective. We have our differences, but some problems are simply too big to ignore.
Again, I don't fight for the Klingons, I fight for the Dominion, so they've really got to just change a word here and there. Okay, we'll accept that. I think you got to do a bit of running around and talk to the people first and then start the mission. Welcome to Deep Space Nine. I know you're here for the conference, but Commander Andrews would like to see you in ops as soon as you have the time. Enjoy your stay, sir. Let's look for an elevator. Oh, this is the old map. Oh, I miss the old map. I like it. The new map's pretty awesome, it's pretty good, but I do prefer to have that offshoot. I'll show you. This is gone and this is gone. Now they're just a little room on the side of the promenade, but they should have just kept, you know, a basic design of that. That would have been awesome. Okay, these are things you collect as you do your reputation. Talk to Commander Andrews. Oh, over there.
Welcome to DS9. I'm Commander Karen Andrews, Captain Carlin's first officer. He asked me to inform you that he has been delayed dealing with an incident in Cargo Bay 3. Also, I must remind you, you are here as our guest. I don't expect any trouble, but it never hurts to remind someone about the rules. Our people were allies once. That may not be the case now, but at the very least we can be civil to one another.
See, again, the Dominion were never allies with the Federation. There was a truce, that was it. So they've really got to change some of the wording. Unfortunately, we won't be able to begin this conference until Captain Kurland is available. I wonder, would you be willing to track down the other attendees and inform them of the delay? I can send a junior officer, but I thought this way you'd get a chance to meet the delegates before formal talks begin. Every little bit of connection or information helps in a diplomatic situation. Okay, so yeah, from Marines, a bit of running around. I think you've actually got... Oh, I'm not sure. I think you've got to start a duty officer assignment as well. Okay, where am I? Where's my little arrow? Oh, there I am. Is there one down there? There was. Okay. Bit of a snob, this one. Oh, no, it's not.
I'm looking forward to the conference. I'm sure the discussion on the Borg will be enlightening. Your government's position will be of particular interest to me. Clearly, the Borg are a major threat to the Quadrant. However, Cardassia's ability to assist in any action against them will be somewhat limited.
I think they've swapped out the old Cardassians with Garak in some of these situations, because I'm pretty sure there was an arrogant Cardassian here. I might be thinking of another mission, but I'm pretty sure there was an arrogant Cardassian that didn't want to talk.
If you will recall, we dismantled our military after the Dominion War.
Yep, they swapped
We
out.
still maintain a small force, but for planetary defense only. Any Cardassian military vessels you may have seen were undoubtedly stolen by the so-called True Way. Regrettably, Starfleet has yet to put a stop to their campaign of terror, though I'm sure they're giving it their best effort.
Captain Kurlan has been unavoidably detained. We will delay the start of the conference until he is ready.
I'm reminded of an associate of mine, Gul Mavek. He was stationed here during the Dominion occupation. During his time here, he developed a fondness for Bajoran-distilled Kanar. Apparently, during the Cardassian occupation, the soldiers wanted their favorite libation, but there was not enough Kanar in the shipments from home. So these resourceful young officers conscripted a group of Bajorans, mostly from the religious houses, to distill Kanar for them. The Kanar from Bajor has a different color and flavor from Cardassian vintages. Purists frown on it, of course, but many Cardassians developed quite a taste for it while they were here. Needless to say, it is impossible to find it on Cardassia Prime. I was hoping to acquire some for Mavek before returning home, but I'm afraid the conference is demanding my attention. Perhaps you could be of assistance?
Well, we're trying to be diplomatic. Even though we're Jem'Hadar, we'll try to be diplomatic. I'll see if I can find any. Okay, so now you've got a little mini mission within this. Home away from homesick. Elam Garak, the Cardassian representative to the Borg talks at Deep Space Nine, wants a bottle of Bajoran distilled Kanar. The vintage is rare and not normally available in the stores. You may need to speak to multiple people on Deep Space Nine to find it. Now, with this, you will upset a few Bajorans that don't want anything to do with the Cardassians, so be careful. Okay, so there should be a few smaller circles. There you go, a few smaller circles from the diplomatic people you got to talk to. So let's go down here. I think this is where you need a bridge officer assignment free. Oh no, this is Sassy.
I was informed you would be here as well. Welcome to the home of your enemy. I recommend you listen to what Starfleet has to say, but never forget, this is not friendly ground.
For the Klingons, the Jem'Hadar has a truce. Commander Andrews wants you to know that the start of the conference has been delayed.
How fortunate. We have an opportunity here. There is time to gather valuable intelligence about Starfleet's operations on this station. You and I will be under too much scrutiny from Commander Andrews' little pets to accomplish much. Your crew, however, may be able to learn a great deal without anyone noticing.
We were invited here on good faith. It would not be wise to jeopardize our mission by forcing our crew to play spy. Ah, awesome. I thought he'd be upset about that. Run, run. Hop, skip, and a jump. Okay, got one more person I need to talk to, plus the Kanar dealers, if there are any. But one of them, I think, is a survivor that's injured. Again, unless they've updated this, because they have updated Garak being the contact. So the Ferengi won't have any. Are you looking for a hard to locate item? Maybe something that's a little out of the ordinary? Do you have any Bajoran distilled Kanar? Bajoran distilled Kanar, that's very hard to find. And those who prize it are even more rare. Given enough time, I am confident I could find some for you, but I do not have any currently. If you want me to contact my suppliers, please let me know. Thank you, but I'll look elsewhere. Okay. And this Bajoran, I'm pretty sure this Bajoran gets upset.
May the prophets bless you.
Do you know any Bajorans involved in distilling Kanar during the occupation?
We await the word of the emissary.
Okay. Many among the Bajoran religious caste were forced to distill Kanar during the Cardassian occupation. The very appearance of Bajoran distilled Kanar brings up memories of dark time. While we will never forget, we do not revere artifacts of the occupation. Most of what you seek was destroyed long ago. I'm afraid I would not know where to find one today, nor would I feel inclined to do so. I remember that being a bit darker, but then again, there's so many missions I've played. That someone would take pleasure in something so terrible, I pray for them and for you. I'm sorry if I offended you. Okay. And someone's in Quark's bar. So I think it's if you're the Federation, Kirkland is down there and he gives you the option to help him fix certain parts of the ship. That's Morn, so I'm not looking for him. There he's in the back.
Greetings. My name is Sarah, and I speak for the Deferi. Until recently, my people isolated ourselves from the rest of the galaxy in an attempt to remain neutral. We seek balance in all things, and therefore choose not to take sides in conflicts that do not concern us. The Borg, however, threaten everyone. My own world has been scarred by the Collective. I look forward to hearing your thoughts about how we can deal with the Borg when the conference convenes.
In your recent travels, have you found any Bajoran distilled Kanar?
While I recently completed a diplomatic mission to Cardassia Prime, I must admit I never developed a taste for Kanar, and so didn't feel the need to take a bottle with me.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'll look elsewhere. Oh, I can't tell. Oh. Hang on. Why is he still active?
Greetings. My name is Sarah, and I speak for the
Okay.
Deferi. Until recently,
Captain
my
Kirkland
people
has a
isolated
situation he
ourselves from
must
the
deal
rest
with
of the
immediately.
galaxy
I'm
in
sorry
an
to tell you
attempt
that
to remain
the start of the
neutral.
conference has been delayed.
I understand. I must find something to do with my free time. I had been hoping to spend some time in one of the holosuites here. Several people have recommended them, and there is an historical holoprogram, the Matara Nebula, that I have been eager to play. Could you help me gain access to a holosuite? An hour or two would be more than sufficient.
Let me see what I can do. There should be a way to get a reservation for you. Okay, then we accept to look for a reservation. Again, little circle should appear on the... Oh, okay, not in here then. Okay, so there is a little circle over here. So I'll have to ask the bartender, who is Quark, about the reservations.
What can I get for you?
Do you carry Bajoran distilled Kanar?
Kanar. Well, can't stand the stuff. And the profit margins are terrible. This is for Garrick, isn't it? Thought I saw him lurking around. Well, he's out of luck. I haven't kept any Kanar in stock since he went back to Cardassia. No one else drinks it here. Don't suppose I could interest you in some prune juice?
That's a Worf joke. No thanks, I'll look elsewhere.
What can I get for you?
I need to reserve a holosuite for the Defari ambassador.
Sorry, I can't help you there. All of the holosuites are booked solid for the next week. I almost have more business than I can handle. Almost. Might be time to expand. Been thinking about a franchise operation for some time now. A Quarks in every sector, a Quarks in every quadrant.
Oh, let me stay every sector and continue.
The only way you're going to get a reservation for today is by traveling back in time 3 months and making one there. That was a joke, by the way. No one wants Starfleet coming around asking about Temporal Prime Directive violations.
What if I find someone willing to give up their reservation?
I don't have any problem with that, as long as it doesn't make any problems for me. Understand? You bring Chief Rowe or Curlin in here asking about someone shaking people down for holosuite reservations, I won't hesitate to point out any suspicious characters I know about.
Okay, now I think there are 2 or 3... Yeah, there we go. There are 2 or 3 people in here that have reservations. Not Morn, but the lady next to him. Talk to bar patron. Okay. Did you know this place sells the real deal? You can get Synthahol if you want, but this stuff is great. Hey, you're just my type. Doing anything later? Do you have a reservation in the holosuite for today? Aggressive, aren't you? That's good. I like that. I'm sorry, I'm just picturing her talking to a Jem'Hadar. That's my bad. That's good, I like that. And I don't have a holosuite reservation. I had already chosen a program, but I'm sure we can change it to something that's more fun for two. Would you like to get a drink or dinner beforehand, or should I just meet you there? I'd like to acquire your reservation, but I don't want to share. Oh, that's a shame. I thought we really had something. The reservation isn't for sale, however. If you change your mind, I might consider letting you join me. Then again, maybe not. Again, it's a Jem'Hadar. The Klingon Defense Force types are usually more trouble than I want. Go away, I don't want any company, especially yours. Okay. Do you have a holosuite reservation for today? Who wants to know? I need a reservation and interested in selling yours? Hump, no. Why are you still here? Go away. Okay. May have lost a lot of money on the Darbo, I guess. Got really annoyed. Okay, there's one more. Hi there, I'm interested... may I be... Damn you, tongue. Blah, blah. Hi there, may I interest you in some self-stealing Sembolts? Do you have any reservation in the holosuites? I do. I'm going to use the holosuite to help demonstrate all the wonders of quality self-sealing stem bolts to a very important potential customer. Between you and me, those things are harder to move than you might think. I need your reservation. Interested in making a deal. I need to sell my entire inventory, or my profits this month will be way off projections. That's why I reserved the holosuite. I need to make a great impression on this new customer. But if you bought all of the stem bolts, then I could cancel my meeting and catch the next shuttle out of here. Do we have a deal? I don't need that many stem bolts, but I might be able to arrange a buyer for you. Deal. I'll be here until the meeting starts. If you find a buyer for my self-sealing stem bolts before then, I'll give you the holosuite reservation. Whew. Okay. Still haven't found the Kanar either.
Sorry to trouble you again, but Captain Curlin is wrapping up the problem in the cargo bay, and we will be able to begin the talks very soon. I've notified the other attendees, but our opening speaker isn't responding to hails. Could you please track him down for me? Admiral Zavglach Trem mentioned wanting someplace quiet. You might try the upper promenade or the temple.
He's in the temple if they haven't changed that. How can I help you? Do you have any interest in bulk purchase of self-sealing stem bolts? I don't even know what self-sealing end bolts are. They're used in agriculture? Okay, I can't answer that question then. Okay. Do you need something? I need a buyer for self-sealing stem bolts. Interested? No way, there's no money in self-sealing stem bolts these days. However, if you have a few cases of reserve ratcheting rotating hyperspanners, I'll be more than happy to take them off you. That's a mouthful. Okay, let's see if there's any smaller circles. Diplomatic distraction. Okay, there's no one else to talk to about the stem bolts or the Kanar. I can only assume that you get an accolade for finishing that. Nope. Next door. Door number 3. Okay. There's Kirkland.
Greetings. I'm Captain Volkel Sean. I've heard a lot about you.
Sean.
It's good to finally meet. I'm glad there's someone else here who's faced the Borg in battle. We have a perspective the rest of these full-time diplomats don't.
Apart from doing the cute events, I don't think this character has actually played against the Borg, so that's kind of a yeah. Yeah. Do you need a large quantity of self-sealing stem bolts?
How many do you have? My chief engineer has been looking for stem bolts for weeks. He wants to do some upgrades to the Belfast. and the Defiant class has always been a little touchy. Sometimes it's best to use what works, even if the technology's a little out of date. We've made inquiries with several traders, but everyone we talked to dumped their inventories after the speculation bubble burst. Some Ferengi out there made a small fortune a few months ago cornering the stem bolt market, but now that supply is gone. I was hoping to find some here, but so far I haven't had the chance. If you know of a source, my crew could make the upgrades we need without having to find an industrial replicator.
And do I talk to him again, or...? Did I just... Okay, go back to Quarks. Let him know he's got a sale if he wants it. Get the holosuite, and then... I don't know what to do about the canal, though.
Dogglewood Lita is a licensed product of Quark Enterprises.
Did you find a buyer for my stem bolts? Yes, a ship captain wants to acquire your entire stock. That's fantastic news. I have the stem bolts sent to his ship immediately. If I catch the next shuttle, I'll be home in time for my daughter's birthday. I'll tell Hadron that my holosuite reservation is yours. Thanks again. Aha! So you didn't change that to Quarks. Aha! Caught you out. You swapped out the characters. Okay, let's see. Oh, is that it? Find a... Kanar. Okay, let's go to the temple. It's the only other thing we can do. No one has Kanar.
My apologies, both to you and Commander Andrews. It's not often that I get some time to myself these days. Captain Kurland offered me the use of his office, but I came here instead for some peace and quiet. Peace. It's in far too short of supply these days. I've been in Starfleet for a long time. I've seen more battles than I care to remember. But this one, there's no reasoning with the Borg. There's no chance for a non-violent solution. I only hope that we can unite before they come for us. No one is safe.
Yeah, can I talk to anyone in here about Kanar? Nope. You'd think that all those religious people, there might be... Oh, wait a minute, there's, Oh, that's the, Okay, it looks like I can't get Kanar. Conference. Top left conference room. Take a seat and a video shall start.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so pleased that you all agreed to join us here today. As many of you are all too aware, the Borg attacks are increasing. If they are left unchecked, Starfleet predicts that the entire Alpha Quadrant could fall within 3 years. We all must work together to push these invaders out of our space and protect our homes and families.
I do not agree. My empire will stand, with or without your assistance. The Klingon Empire has never been stronger than it is right now. I dare the Borg to challenge us. Starfleet may cower in fear before a bunch of machines, but we do not.
If the Borg assimilate everyone in this quadrant, the might of the Klingon Empire will pale
we are all so
in
crippled
comparison
by
to
our
that
efforts
of the
to stop the Borg, we will be no match for a battle-hardened Klingon fleet. I
How
do
does the
not
proverb
want
go?
to be assimilated, but I don't
yes.
want to be a
The
servant
wind
to the Klingon
does
Empire
not
either.
respect a fool.
The Deferi believe that all things must be in balance. We cannot counter the Borg threat if we ourselves are counter to one another. The Deferi do not wish to act against any of you. Therefore, should this meeting not reach a consensus, our best course of action is to not act at all.
Starfleet will do what it must to protect the Federation. However, if you want our assistance, you need to be willing to protect yourselves and contribute to this campaign. The Borg will be stronger if any of your civilizations are assimilated. Starfleet's hard at work developing new technology and tactics. We, at least, will be ready. And if we can't cooperate, I hope you don't suffer. And that we develop new weapons in time.
This is getting us nowhere. We came together in the spirit of cooperation. We need to find common ground.
Okay, now you've got to speak to them.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Ambassador Strass, the Klingon Empire would be foolish to ignore this fight. Okay, so they go through all
Be careful. You are dangerously close to insulting the honor of the Klingon Empire.
You don't want to insult them, but you want to insult them, but only slightly, but encourage their will to fight. Yeah. Will the Klingon Empire cower while the rest of us go to fight the Borg?
Do not dictate strategy to me. The Klingon Empire values strength. We stepped in to defend the Deferi once, because we owe them a debt of honor. But we will not trouble ourselves with every mewling craven who cries for assistance. Those who are too weak or cowardly to protect themselves deserve their fate.
Let's hope they remember that when they're attacked by the Borg.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Ambassador Skarl, Cardassia will be weakened if the government does not... see, they haven't changed that to Garak.
Cardassia Prime is still rebuilding from the Dominion War. We've achieved a great deal, but there is still much more to do. The continued threat of the True Way makes progress difficult. Simply put, draining Cardassia's limited resources to fight the Borg will be a hard sell to the Detapa Council.
What about your people? What will happen to them if the Borg invade Cardassia Prime? Potential war after the Borg are dealt with isn't important now. What you should be thinking about is how to survive when the collective attacks. Well, then, Cardassians love their own people, so they'll do anything to protect them, so probably go with that one.
We will protect our home world until the very end. Never think otherwise. Believe me, we understand the threat of the Borg. We just don't have the resources of the Federation or the Klingons. Even the Republic is in a better state in that regard. Defending Cardassia is not only our first option, it is our only viable option.
I think he's talking about the Romulan Republic. Fine, if you don't want to help us, why should we help you? So I've talked him into it? I don't know. Fine. If you don't want to help us, why should we help you?
It may occur to you that Cardassia is weak. You would be gravely mistaken. We will not throw away all that we have rebuilt to dash out and fight a war for the so-called greater powers in the Quadrant. To do so would dishonor every Cardassian sacrifice it took us to get where we are today. Our position will be one of defense, and defense only.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Ambassador Sura, balance can only be preserved with the help of the Defari.
Maintaining balance with all things must be our primary concern.
War is on your very doorstep and you waste time talking about balance. There are Borg attacks on the ferry right now. Do you think they want to stop and discuss philosophy?
Balance comes in many forms. It may be our time to depart this universe and make way for others. as others have done before. If it is, so be it. We will protect what we can of our culture and knowledge for those who come after, as the Preservers did for us.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Captain Shon, don't have to talk them into it. The Federation cannot afford to give the Borg a foothold in the Alpha. Well, duh.
Starfleet will do everything we can to protect the Federation and its allies. However, there are too many drains on our resources and a limited number of ships and officers. It may be simply unfeasible for us to sign on to be the protector of the entire Alpha Quadrant. Besides, we need to consider the Prime Directive. There are limits to what we can do.
Well, so he's the only person that's making any sense. I thought mutual protection was one of the tenets on which the Federation was founded, which he's already said is just too many resources being drained. I'll call your bluff, Captain. I doubt that Starfleet will stand only by as the entire planets are consumed by the Borg. There's nothing they can do. It's unfeasible. So either one of these.
Under dire circumstances, Starfleet may be forced to pull back from protecting all life to a position where we can defend only the core worlds. I hope it doesn't come to that. If it does, however, the needs of the many must outweigh the needs of the few.
I wonder if this has anything to do with completing those tasks. Because I haven't convinced them. So I didn't complete the task for Garak or Strass. I did the Dafari, but I didn't get this option. Mission completion. Captain, let's be realistic. You know Starfleet can't be everywhere at once. You'll need help. You'll need our help. We're part of the Klingons. What's this conversation doesn't make sense.
Starfleet recognizes the Borg threaten all life in the Alpha Quadrant. We've lost too much already. We cannot lose anymore. Eventually, we'll all need to put our differences aside and unite in opposition to the Borg or anyone else who sows chaos and destruction. Our governments have had their differences, but the fight against the Borg is more important. And if the Iconians attack, they could make the Borg seem like a minor inconvenience. If we are to survive, we will need to work together.
Let's take a quick recess to cool off. And that's funny, I don't remember anyone being scheduled to fly through the wormhole today.
And this is where the mission starts. After a short video. They're gonna zoom in. Yep.
There's something coming out of the wormhole. Captain, it's a Dominion fleet. They're charging weapons. Red alert!
Jem'Hadar boarding the station. Get the delegates out of here.
We have to get out of here!
It is time to leave.
I think he should have fallen. He's just standing there.
Evac Protocol Alpha. Andrews, get everyone to shuttles. Prep the Defiant for launch. Blast it. The Jem'Hadar have cut off access to ops. Karen, you'll need to coordinate the evacuation. We'll get the delegates to the docking ring, and then I'll try to join you in ops.
Okay. So pretty much the delegates come with you and you just got to get to the exit. Ooh. Where'd they go? there's a door here. Let's see what we have to do. I'm not an engineer. Oh, there they went. Yes, Gus. Okay, tactical, take weapon. Give me that phaser. Okay, so I got one doing phaser damage and one doing... Hang on, did I just get shot? Okay, let's continue. Hang on, let's go. Well, I'm not an engineer, so I can't do that. Oh, he is shooting them. Okay, he's just not doing much damage at all. Oh, right there. Do I have to? Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, there's some enemies down here, so... Oh, it's just the shuttle bay. No, the shuttle bay's on the other side, so... Captain, we need you back on the ship. We'll hold position here as long as we can, but the Jem'Hadar fleet is approaching the station. Excuse I. Hiccups. Oh, you're stuck on that pylon. Oh, over there. By what? Come on. There we go. Focused on this fella. Alrighty.
Captain Curland, good to know that you and the delegates are safe. Jem'Hadar have stormed the station and we're losing critical areas. The Defiant has launched and I've evacuated everyone possible, but a few of us stayed to...
Andrews? Andrews! Someone, answer me! What's going on?
Captain, my name is Loris, and I represent the Dominion. This station, and all remaining souls on it, are now under our control.
Pretty sick, bro. Okay. Captain, there's nothing more we can do but see our guests to safety. I've been in contact with Command. Our orders are to fall back to Bajor with the Starfleet forces. For the moment, we will cooperate with Captain Kurland. It may be the only way to keep any hopes of unified attack against the Borg alive. The Federation must be planning a counteroffensive. It may be that we will join them. I, for one, relish the chance to meet the Jem'Hadar again in battle. They are worthy opponents. They gotta change the wording slightly. Thank you for your assistance. You did not have to assist us in the battle, but I see now that your reputation as a warrior is well deserved. Perhaps someday we can be allies again. I would be honored to fight by your side. The fleet is retreating to Borg space, or Bajor space, to protect the planet in case the Jem'Hadar decide to push their advantage. Captain Kurland is in contact with Starfleet Command and your government, and we will be routing all available ships to this region. We defeated the Dominion once, we can do it again. Okay, let's collect our reward. Consumed on, so this is a one-time use. Enhances ground weapons, chance to cause kinetic damage and knockback. Is active for 15 minutes. Okay, works good for Jem'Hadar weapons. Chance to ignore shields. Okay, so it penetrates shields. Chance to apply a toxic damage over time effect. Yep. Okay, so that just gives damage to the enemy. Okay, so there's this, and then there's this one, which is part of a set. Which is which one I'll be getting. I've already, like, just since I'm Jem'Hadar, I've already got this set, I think. Pretty sure I've already got this. Okay. Yep. Already got the set. So I can get another set for another Jem'Hadar character. Or even...
We have evacuated...
Or even a X-Borg character. But you can do these missions over and over again, just get more and more sets. Okay, so that's the end of this mission. Any comments, please leave them down below. Any questions, down below. I'm happy to take criticism. All I ask is that when you have criticism, just keep it civil in the conversations down below. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.